How's it going, my lovely Death Disciples? I am the Shad Reaper, and today we're going to be watching a different kind of League of Legends Let's Play or replay, where this time, instead of playing Morgana or Caitlyn, we are now going to show a video, finally, of Deadly Sona, or just, you know, Killer Sona, what name would, or Attack Sona. But don't worry, I do plenty of supporting because, you know, that's my job as support. Wait, why are we getting on directed camera? Stop that. Let's just go with me. So, here I am as Sona. We're waiting a little bit, I don't quite know why. I kind of got distracted with a Twitter post, I believe, and then finally I realized, oh wait, gotta get into the game. I promise this doesn't happen all the time. I was just finishing up a Twitter post while I was getting into everything.
First blood.
Yeah, while I did arrive a little bit late at the scene, don't worry. We're gonna be watching through Ash's perspective, wherever that is, right there. Because she is gonna be, well, she's not gonna be the one that gets this, but we are gonna see the first kill through her eyes. She did take a lot of damage, unfortunately, due to that really not so beneficial positioning. But here we were able to get a nice, awesome first blood, with the entire team ganging up on poor Kha'Zix. And, that went pretty well for us, if I do say so myself. And, yeah, so I'm just waiting here with Nunu so that I could, help out with, dealing with the creature. I kind of follow, Nunu and Willump over there because I was wondering what they were doing, but, they were just putting down a ward, so very nice work. So here I am just helping out with the blue buff, and yes, I do have my first ability being the Hymn of Valor, which in that Sona deals 48 magic damage on level 1 to the nearest 2 enemies, prioritizing champions. She then begins a new melody. And the melody, Sona gains an aura for 3 seconds, granting allied champions an additional magic damage on their next attack, which you just saw right there. It deals, what you just saw was a couple of attacks that came out from my Hymn of Valor due to my passive, but let me finish. Granting an ally this effect will refund Sona 30 mana once per cast. But what you saw earlier, and just now, actually, was my, passive after using 3 basic attack, or well, actually, no, that was just part of the Hymn Valor. It just deals magic damage to the nearest enemies, prioritizing champions, as you saw, as I explained. Duh. But anyway, another thing to note that is important to Sona's kin, which which is something I like to take into account, is that after using is the Power Chord, which, after using 3 basic attacks, Sona's next attack deals an additional 23 magic damage, and has an additional effect based on the song Sona last activated. So for Hymn of Valor, the attack deals 33 magic damage instead, so just a little bit more extra magic damage. Aria of Perseverance, the target deals 26% less damage for 3 seconds, and Song of Celerity, the target is slowed by 41% for 2 seconds. So right now you also happen to be seeing a lot of the Aria of Perseverance, in which Sona restores 34 health to herself and nearby allied champions, prioritizing the most wounded. She then begins a new melody. Sona begins an aura for 3 seconds, or gains an aura for 3 seconds, granting allied champions 31 magic shield for 1.5 seconds, granting an ally. This aura effect will refund Sona 30 mana per mana once per cast, and yes, these values do go up as we get more items and as we level up. We did also just level up the Song of Celerity. Sona grants herself 20% movement speed for 7 seconds, or until damaged. She then begins a new melody, and the melody, Sona gains an aura for 3 seconds that grants allied champions 10% movement speed for 3 seconds. And yeah, and there you just saw the passive being used on Nautilus, where he will be dealing less damage thanks to the Aria of Perseverance being used on him, or along with the Power Chord of the Aria of Perseverance. You also noticed that the same thing happened with my Hymn of Valor, where I just dealt some extra magic damage on him, but because of that very unbeneficial sort of thing, we'd been doing pretty well. We pushed them a little bit very nicely, but we did get wounded a lot in the process, so we're just heading back to the fountain, me and Ash, So now we're just regaining our health and our mana until we are ready and in full battle shape. Okay, so something I like to do whenever I get out of Fountain is just speed things up a little bit with a Song of Celerity, so that I can get to where I need to go a little bit faster. As you can tell, the bottom lane is not having to deal with too much pressure at the moment, but then we also notice Kha'Zix over here, so noticing that bottom lane's pretty okay, I decided to help Nunu out with Kha'Zix here a little bit, just lend my support a little bit, deal a Song of Celerity upon him so that he cannot escape so easily, and ooh, I get the kill on him with a final hit from the aria of Perseverance. So I suppose you could simply just say that Kha'Zix simply could not persevere. And you could hate me for that pun. I will not blame you. Or basically that CSI Miami moment. I would not blame you if you felt like just slapping me across the face, but I will blame you if you punch me, okay? This is too beautiful to get punched, and if you dare punch it, that is a grave sin. Anyway, so now we are once again battling Kai'Sa, to which we have definitely been targeting a lot, and of course, dealing a lot of damage on her, so you could definitely say Kai'Sa's not having a fun time, but then Kha'Zix comes back and he wants some revenge. He's not too happy, but things go very nicely over here as I murder Kai'Sa with a nice Hymn of Valor, but unfortunately Nautilus pulls me back so that I would then be killed by Kha'Zix, and, but Ashe does avenge me by killing Kha'Zix after he kills me, so all in all, pretty good record if I do say so myself. Nunu unfortunately did die to a minion, and unfortunately, our Ashe did die to Nautilus as was expected, but hey, let's take a look at our no. Ashe killed Nautilus. Okay, that's pretty good. Anyway, so take a look at the records. I do have 1 minion kill. Ashe has 22. Ashe has killed 2 people, has not died a single time, and has gotten 3 assists, and all with Berserker Greaves. I am very surprised by that, because that is just like, damn girl. How? But that is amazing. Anyway, I, however, have 2 kills, 1 death, and 1 assist. So far, I'm doing pretty good myself as well. And right now, I have the Ionian Boots of Lucidity because as a support, I believe that having ability haste is a bit more important than getting as much damage as you possibly can get. So I like to prioritize ability haste along with some damage. But Sona, obviously, most of her kit is going to involve items that, of course, have a healing and shielding buffing effect with her Aria of Perseverance, so it's very useful to have, but it's also something I don't really need to worry about, because most of the items that she is going to have involve buffing her healing and her shielding abilities, which is the Aria of Perseverance, so, you know, it works out for me. Obviously, I'm trying to time my farming while Ashe isn't here, but it's not doing very well, so it's like, not working too hot. Right now, I also have the Spell Thief's Edge, which I have explained before. I also have a refillable potion, so that I do not have to spend that much money on health potions. Got a nice little bit of Hymn of Valor off on Kai'Sa, and we're just kind of standing back a little bit so that Nautilus doesn't pull us in with his ability. And let's see, we also have the Amplifying Tome, which just gives me 20 ability power, but Nautilus over here pulling in my Ashe, and I am trying to do my very best to keep her safe by giving her my healing and getting the Song of Celerity and body blocking that Kai'Sa missile, to which I'm like, girl, you mess with the wrong song picture. No, that doesn't sound right. You mess with the wrong celebrity. You think you want to be a Seraphine fan? Bitch, please. I'm going to show you why that was a mistake. Anyway, however, that kind of didn't necessarily go as planned, but at the same time, everything goes accordingly, but then things really don't go according to plan as, Yeah. Akali just... Yeah. But here's Zed to deal with Kha'Zix over here, and Zed barely is able to get rid of Kha'Zix. But after that whole fiasco, Ashe did still make it through that fight. I was the only one that died, and it was because I got a little bit cocky, but don't worry, that won't be the only time I get too cocky and get myself killed. But don't worry, it doesn't mean I'm gonna do terribly, you'll see. Why would I be showing this anyway if I was doing terribly, because that wouldn't be entertaining. Okay, you're gonna have to be silent, alarm. Sorry, that's my laundry alarm. I completely forgot, I was doing laundry a bit. So I go over here to try and set down a ward, but, unfortunately I did not put it in the bush, so that didn't quite go as I thought it would. Anyway, so I'm in bottom lane, just kind of, waiting around. I'm dealing with with Kai'Sa and Nautilus, and, Ashe then comes along to back me up. We're focusing down on Nautilus, and Nautilus just is taken down, and this time Ashe body blocks for me. I don't know if Ashe intended for a body block, but I'll take it. I will claim that that is exactly what Ashe did as repayment for me body blocking for her. Anyway, so I do happen to notice a little bit of a sentry ward, so I decided to get rid of that. And then I go over here to make sure that the dragon is in fact there. I put a ward down there, but it didn't really matter because we were going to go for the Cloud Drake anyway. So we all start going ahead and beating up the Cloud Drake. Sorry, Cloud Drake, but I really want more ability haste for my support abilities. But then Akali and Kai'Sa come out of there. And I am dueling off against Kai'Sa, and we for a little bit, but then we get out of there. Ashe unfortunately was a unintentional casualty in this, so now it's just up to me to manage the bottom lane for a little bit and hold it off from both Kai'Sa and Nautilus. And we're gonna speed this up a little bit, but then here comes Kai'Sa and Nautilus. I decide to beat up that little minion. I did not intend for the Hymn of Valor to be used on the minion, but at the same time, that is what happens, so, you know, I'll take what I get. Because it did give me some extra gold. I keep trying to get Kai'Sa a little bit, but also making sure I keep a distance from Nautilus. But then Kai'Sa starts running away when she gets too low. Then we have to duel off with Nautilus a little bit, keeping our distance because we're both range and he's a tank. But then he goes into the bush, and then Ashe finishes him off in the bush and he dies. So, there's a very good little bit of a gank there, or not gank. And here, oh no. Okay, I'm not looking forward to this moment because I realize what I'm doing. I try specifically to go after Kai'Sa. I deal with the tower, and, Kai'Sa just really... Yeah, Kai'Sa just really went after me and took advantage of my stupidity, and, that was pretty good on Kai'Sa, and very stupid on me. So, yeah. I promise this will be the last time I do something that stupid. Probably. Anyway, so I'm back! And, I think you did see my ult earlier, so I don't know why I was gonna talk about that. Anyway, so Spell Thief's Edge has been upgraded to Frostfang. That means it gives me more buffs than the Spell Thief did. And now I also have the Imperial Mandate. So I've noticed that in the update recently that Imperial Mandate hasn't necessarily been used, but I've been trying out some of the other stuff, and yeah, I'm thinking Imperial Mandate still does it for me. So what the Imperial Mandate does is that it gives 40 ability power, 200 health, 20 ability haste, and 100% base mana regen. And it also gives the Coordinated Fire, abilities that slow or immobilize a champion, deal 44 bonus magic damage, and marks them for 4 seconds. 6 seconds per enemy champion mark application. Allied champion damage detonates the mark, dealing an additional 90 to 150 ally magic damage, and granting you both 20% movement speed for 2 seconds. And the mythic passive grants all other legendary items 15 ability power, so, you know, I'm pretty good with it. Anyway, so we take care of Nautilus, he's dead. I notice Kha'Zix, however, thanks to my ward, and I decide to face him head on. Ashe fires her ult at Kha'Zix and then just wails on him, and it is beautiful. Excellent teamwork from all of us, and Ashe especially just taking full advantage of everything. Everything just going according to plan in that amazing clash with Ashe leading the charge. Or, well, I led the charge, but Ashe is the one that does the damage. So anyway, now both me and Ashe are beating up this turret until it finally goes down, and I decide to kill this minion before moving on to the river jungle, using my Song of Celerity. We've got some enemy wards that I decide to take care of, and I try to investigate the bushes because that's normally where they would be. Anyway, so we then go to... I put down a ward over in the dragon pit, but I did not notice the ward that was over in the dragon pit as well. I think it was because it was hidden. It probably was a... I'm not entirely sure what I was doing in the bush, honestly. I feel like I was communicating a little bit, probably. I can't necessarily tell because it doesn't show me what's going on in the chat. Anyway, Akali's there, but Akali's also alone and under turret, so we definitely need to be on the whereabouts of what's going on. Kha'Zix coming in from the side and not really having a fun time considering that he just lost half his health there. So not very fun. Zed going in for the kill to take care of Kha'Zix. I decide to follow along, but Zed finishes him off. Nunu and Willem going in from behind Akali, using the ult upon Akali, but unfortunately Akali is gonna escape. And we do beat up the turret a little bit until I got targeted because we didn't have any minions, because that didn't quite go according to plan. Go behind the minions, get a little bit of healing, use up a potion, and that's kind of how it goes. Before moving on to the Infernal Drake, and we are definitely gonna go and make sure that we have our advantage on it and take it for ourselves so that we can get some extra ability power for ourselves, as well as attack damage for Ashe and whatever everybody else has. So we did lose a turret, however. Unbeknownst to us, while we had been paying attention to the mid lane, bottom lane has just been absolutely cramming down, and the turrets have just been completely demolished in an instant. So yeah, even though we took care of one of their turrets, they went and just absolutely steamrolled our own turrets in the bottom lane. And Kai'Sa kills Nunu because Nunu was alone. Me and Ashe, however, go in to try and respond to this situation. Now for my updated kit, I have the Forbidden Idol, which gives me 50% base mana regen and 10% heal and shield power. However, now we're getting into the fight, so I'll explain the kit a little bit later. As you can see here, I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of farming because why not? Nobody else is taking it, so I may as well take a little bit for myself. Anyway, so we go in and we're looking for Kai'Sa, and we just kind of mess around over in the against the minions. And we decide we're gonna go in the bush. However, I ended up accidentally taking some of Kai'Sa's missiles, which was very rude, Kai'Sa, ya bitch. Anyway, I don't know why I am slipping my shoes off when I know I need to go downstairs soon to get to my laundry. Anyway, I decided to go looking for wards once again with the Oracle Lens. However, that leads into a very bad situation where Nautilus starts beating me up just because my music is just too beautiful for him to understand. Asshole. So I decide to ult him and have him dance a little bit so that I can just escape and leave, because he's being a little bit too in my face. And I decide to go help out my team and join up with them against Scion until he be dead. I decide to get myself a little bit of honey fruit so that I can get some healing, but Nautilus is now kind of surrounded by my team until Nunu is the one that kills him. I get my healing down so that we can go ahead and take down the Herald of the Rift, or whatever he's called, the Herald of something. I'm pretty sure it was the Herald of the Rift. Anyway, we kill him there, and then I decide to lay down a little bit of extra healing so that I could be a little bit more supportive. I follow Nunu in to gank on Kai'Sa, and Akali And so through that, I decide to go ahead and target specifically Kaisa. Akali, however, comes in and just slices my head off with her ninja skills. And, but that's pretty much all she does before she dies. And Nunu just goes and rolls a nice iron ball against Sion. Ashe firing her volley of ice arrows against Sion. And that's pretty much all that happened, but at least I was able to help out with dealing with Kaisa. But anyway, now that we have that, we also, yeah, everything's still basically the same, other than having the Forbidden Idol. I did also notice that, because of the update, there has also been, like, a secondary version of all of the, mythical items for, support characters like Sona. And I believe it's an upgrade version that comes after a bit of time. Strength of level scaling effects are based on the allies level. Okay, that's not what it was. But you get what I mean. There is going to be a sort of... I'm pretty sure at some point in the match they upgrade into a more powerful version of that item. But I'm not entirely... I haven't verified that because I wasn't paying attention to my kit. Or while paying attention to the changes that the Imperial Mandate would have in this match. All I know is just all the stuff that I was doing, my stats and all of that. Anyway, so far my stats at the moment are 2 kills, 4 deaths, and 12 assists. But don't worry, it's not going to stay negative forever. And I mean, it is the support thing to have a lot of assists and not necessarily a whole lot of kills. But, you know, sometimes I just like going in for the kills anyway. Which you will see soon enough. And here is another battle, where Kaisa and Nautilus have just killed Nunu. Zed and I, however, go after Nautilus. Kaisa has escaped for the moment, but me and Zed are going after him. And Nautilus falls to the power of my Hymn of Valor right through the heart. Zed did kind of have a moment being like, why did you steal my kill? And like, sorry, we were both targeting the same guy. It's not my fault that he died to my Hymn of Valor. Kha'Zix leaping in for the kill, and Zed kills him. I thought Akali would be caught in my ult, but she wasn't. Sion was instead. I try to get out of there after dealing a little bit of damage, and I just stay back while Ashe does the work. And then, after Akali makes her escape, we decide to gang up on Sion. And yeah, I'm gonna be hit by his ability, but I'm doing my best support job of making sure that he go down. Our Ornn takes care of him, but Sion is definitely going after me with a vengeance, specifically. I get some healing so that he doesn't kill me, and eventually he dies after his, he gets his second death, which prevents him from going after me. So yeah, apparently that's a thing Sion can do, by the way. Oh, but then after taking the Stone Drake, we notice Nautilus and Kaisa going after us, and Nunu uses her ult on him, and I take the final kill with another Hymn of Valor blast. And then I decide to go right after Kaisa. I ain't letting her get away. I am striking her with my Song of Celerity, chasing after her, using my flash, and Ashe is the one that gets the kill on the Kaisa. I know I was wanting to get the kill, but at the same time, I'm fine with Ashe taking it, because all I wanted was Kaisa dead. That's pretty much all I really wanted, so it doesn't really matter who takes it. I hit Kha'Zix with my Song of Celerity so he is not able to escape, and Zed once again kills Kha'Zix. Don't really know why Zed had to complain about that one kill on Nautilus when he's getting all of the other ones. I mean, like, come on. Let the innocent support have some kills of their own. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we decide to go ahead and beat up Sion a little bit with a Hymn of Valor and barrage of attacks from everybody. Then Nautilus feels like going forward a little bit, so I just decide to harass him a little bit. And then we push on forward after taking down the turret, and Ashe kills Kaisa right as she gets under the range of her turret. Akali is the next one to fall against Ashe's absolute vengeful array. I get Sion and before he comes right back up, but we know he's gonna die eventually, so we don't. I don't really care. But Ornn and Zed do decide to beat him up until he is dead once again. But I got myself a kill from the Nautilus, and I try to work my way to healing everybody, making sure we're all good and healthy. But after that, we decided that we're gonna head back to Fountain, get to a good distance and location away from the enemy base so that we could just go ahead and channel back to our base. But so far now, we are at a very fine record of having 5 kills, 4 deaths, and 20 assists with a 300 gold bounty! While Ash is at a 150 gold bounty, so beat that, Ash, even though you are leading in kills, as are you, Zed, but beat that. I'm so petty. Anyway, so, we have more of an update. I did get myself another forbidden idol for another item to be built, but I also have a Staff of Flowing Water, which gives me 50 ability power, 10% heal and shield power, and 100 base mana regen. And it also gives me the Rapids. Healing or shielding another ally grants you both 20 to 40 ally ability power and 20 ability haste for 4 seconds. So, very nice to have to buff the spellcasters and such, as it says. Anyway, so both me and Nunu are moving further into the area. I decided to go on a little bit of a warding trip, setting down some wards, but I noticed Nautilus over there. And I also noticed him putting down the ward, so I decided I'm gonna go ahead and destroy it because I feel like it, and that's my job as a support. Go destroy the ward so that I could get the better vision score than the other support and assist my team. Kha'Zix is going after Ash and really going ham, but Ash takes him down for part of the double kill. Ash is very injured, but so far Ash is safe, and I do everything I possibly can to make sure Ash is alive, and I use my ability of Redemption, which, as you will probably see, I did use. It's right over here. I completely didn't see that. But, we destroy the enemy turret, and we move on to the inhibitor. But the Redemption, what it does is it gives 20% heal and shield power, 200 health, 15 ability haste, 100% base mana regen, and gives the active intervention. Target an area within 5,500 range. After 2.5 seconds, call down a beam of light to restore 180 to 360 ally health to allied champions and burn enemy champions for 10% max health true damage. So, very useful both offensively and defensively, but as you could see, I use it more defensively so that I could keep the Ashe alive and make sure she does not die. But yeah, it can also be activated while you're dead, but I never really do that because I completely forget about that. Damage and healing reduced by 50% if the target has recently been affected by another intervention. But anyway, now we are going after Nautilus, and yeah, Nautilus did not survive that bullying. I am so sorry, Nautilus, but you were our enemy, so we kinda had to. Anyway, so now we're waiting for the another Stone Drake to come down so that we can kill it, so that we may receive its blessings of extra armor and protection. And we all just kinda gang up on it. So yeah, not really much to it. Kha'Zix goes in looking like he wants to try and steal it, but as you can see, didn't go very well. Akali, however, is once again trying to escape after another failed gank that did not really work. So we all kind of go after her because Akali is a threat and we do not like having to deal with her. Kaisa is also there, and I kind of feel like going after her a little bit, so I focused all of my attention on Kaisa until she did, to my Hymn of Valor, and Ashe finishes off Akali with her own frost arrows. And then Nautilus decides he wants to go ahead and fight off against Ashe, and the rest of the team did not end well, as you saw right there. Then after that, we decide we're kind of done with all of this, and we're just gonna go ahead and destroy the base turrets. However, this is not gonna be the end of the game. We notice Kha'Zix over there, and that leads to a few problems where we decide we are going to go full ham. And okay, yeah, that I lied about that last time, where I said I was not going to do something stupid, and I did. And but not too much really to worry about, because we are still getting ahead of the game. Ashe does die to Kha'Zix, however, and Zed, and oh yeah, our team is actually getting absolutely clobbered in this moment. And yeah, our team just got shut down by Kaisa and aced, and just barely did the enemy team survive that, because we almost had their base, and if it went down to 0, they would have lost. But luckily for them, they all came around just in time to save their Nexus. So good on them, actually. I go ahead and get the Bandle Glass Mirror to build up to my next item in this instance. As you can tell, my vision score is pretty dang good. Not as good as Nautilus, but only slightly. I do have a 400 gold bounty, and my record is now at 6 kills, 5 deaths, and 26 assists. I decided to send off a little Hymn of Valor to help out with Nunu. And because I was bored, I decided to go after the Scuttle Crab. And let's see now. I put down a ward over here and decided I'm going to go searching for wards, but there aren't any, as you could probably tell, because in this replay you're able to see all of the enemy wards. But yeah, I didn't necessarily see it. However, we do see a Nautilus and an enemy ward over there, and Nautilus does not have a fun time there. I take the credit for destroying that ward, and then we also go in and we try to go after Akali since she is alone, but then I decide to switch gears and go over to Ornn and help him out because it seems like he's in a bit of trouble. So I decided to do a little bit of a back gang. But then I also notice Akali is there, so I try to get out of there as soon as I can. Not without killing someone first. I don't remember who it was, though. I barely miss Kha'Zix, and then I get a double kill on Akali, and then I go after Sion. I probably could have gone for that other guy who was on 1 health, but I'm pretty sure Ashe already killed him. Ashe sends out her ult, but misses Sion, unfortunately, so that doesn't necessarily go as well as we would have hoped. But we are trying to work our way back to the enemy Nexus and take care of it so that we can win the game. But first we have to take care of these minions. Ornn is with us, and we are just going to make sure that this time we obtain the victory we so desperately deserve. I decided to go after Nautilus and focus him a little bit, even though Sion was a bit closer to me. But since Nautilus and I have had so many good times together, I decided to go after him. However, Ashe is the one that kills Nautilus, and then I focus my attention on Sion. He dies, but then he comes back thanks to his passive. And then our attack forces just unfortunately die. Nunu, however, is going in from the bottom lane, but Nunu realizes that it is a bad situation. We are all dead except for Nunu and Zed. So Nunu just kind of hikes it up out of there. So yeah, that attack didn't necessarily work either, but hey, what can you do? Zed, however, going for his own plan in taking care of the inhibitor, but unfortunately, because he was noticed, just kind of leaves and gets out of there like, nope. Takes care of a dead enemy ward and gets some extra gold from that. Now then, we are now at 8 kills, 6 deaths, and 30 assists, so obviously doing a pretty good job as Sona, if I do say so myself. And we got a bit of an update on our, now we are the ones winning in the vision score, by the way. We have an update in our kit. Imperial Mandate has still not been upgraded. I don't know if it's because I needed to pay more money for it. But anyway, we have ourselves the Chemtech Putrifier, which gives 55 ability power, 20 ability haste, and 100% base mana regen. And it gives the Puff Cap Toxic. Dealing magic damage applies 40% grievous wounds to champions for 3 seconds. Healing or shielding another ally will enhance both of you, causing the next damage to enemy champions to apply 60% grievous wounds. Right now we are taking care of Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix is really trying hard to get out of the way. Sion also in the way and going after me. It is a confusing mess, but Zed is able to take care of Akali a bit off screen, and now everybody's just converging on Sion, with Nunu dealing the final blow before Sion comes back to life and tries to take someone down with him, but it's not going to happen, obviously. I decide to have our team hurry up over to deal the final blow, with Nautilus being the only one in the way, and Kai'Sa doing something. I don't know what. Is she going after the Elder Dragon? I'm not sure what Kai'Sa is doing over there near the Dragon Pit, but since Nautilus is the only... Yeah, it just seemed like Kai'Sa's just dealing with the Dragon Pit, but not important, as we then take care of Nautilus, the last defender of the Nexus, and then we go ahead and we take our well-deserved victory. And the team wins just like that. And just to let you all know, I did get the most honorable player in this game. I'm not entirely sure why, but I did. So that's pretty good. I am very happy about that. And yeah, that will be all for this video today. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give that like button a stab if you did. Subscribe if you want more death in your life. Be sure the bell is tolling for thee. Until next time, rest in peace. Bye! Enjoyed today's video? Well, there's plenty more for you to enjoy here. And if you also want to support this small channel, then there is also my Ko-fi, which is available, as well as a Twitter thread that gives you my commissioning info. And if you'd like some traditional art or literature, feel free to DM me on Twitter. Thank you for enjoying the video and for your viewership.